everybody. Great to see you on this terrific Thursday.
Oh, yeah. Friday Eve. That's how I like to call it.
Oh, me too. Ever closer to the weekend. And it's also a terrific Thursday. The weather is perfect out there.
Yes.
I know. I can't wait to get out and enjoy it.
It's a little chilly this morning. Did you
I
have a
know.
little sweater on or anything?
I was in here, you know, in the wee
Yeah.
hours, but I was listening to all of you talking about how chilly it was for
It's
people.
a little chilly outside.
That's like a fall. That feels like, you know, we've
September.
turned the corner. Yeah. In fact, Doug Hill actually posted on his weather blog that he's noticed this pattern before, where you have a couple of hot, humid days, and then it just goes right into like 4 days in a row of gorgeous late September weather. So he said that's what this is like, late September.
Wow.
I'm going to enjoy it. That's perfect.
I'm okay with this. If we could just bottle this up and this could be my winter, I'd be happy.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's coming though. It's coming.
I just don't want it to.
But we still have a nice, this weekend it's going to get hot and humid the way you love it.
Yes, 90 degrees.
Again,
heat.
so, and next week too, I think it's supposed to be more
Perfect.
hot summer weather. So
It's supposed to be before the kids go back to school.
that's exactly right.
So
Some of them are already there, and some, I guess the Virginia ones still have yet to go as well.
Right. So that's how I was a Virginia girl, so I always went the day after Labor Day.
Me too.
Hated it.
I know. I mean, going before Labor Day just seems very strange to me,
Yeah.
because that's the way I grew up.
So, but anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so we're turning now to celebrity news. We've been talking about this, Dancing with the Stars, all that good stuff. So
That's right. A couple of reveals, and now we got a couple more reveals for you. So the next dancer on Dancing with the Stars, drum roll please, is none other than celebrity chef Paula Deen.
Paula Deen?
Paula Deen.
What does she know about two-stepping? She knows about gravy and biscuits. What does she know about
I
two-stepping?
don't know, but I tell you what, I would like to watch her. I would like to watch her. So this is one of the names that has come out, but there's a second name that has also come out today, and this is another goodie.
Backstreet Boy, yes, Nick Carter is going to be on Dancing with the Stars. I can't believe it.
Legions of fans will tune in to watch Nick dance,
Yeah.
right?
So
He
we've
still
got
has it.
Bindi Irwin, Nick Carter, Paula Deen. I was thinking about Paula Deen. You know, she's diabetic, and she's lost a lot of weight, and she's talking about a healthier lifestyle. So maybe this is tying into it, the exercise, healthier lifestyle. Maybe that has something to do with it.
It's so true. And, you know,
Her
a lot of
participation?
people participate for that very reason.
You're right.
Right? I mean,
So-
Kirstie Alley, she wanted to lose weight.
Yeah.
She went on Dancing with the Stars, and boom,
Boom.
she lost weight. And I guess it's a really, you know, you're in motion constantly for like 8 hours a day in those dance halls.
And you're moving
practicing
the whole
every day.
time, and it's not easy.
I tell you what, I don't know whether I have the stamina to do that. I guess
for
you
8
work
hours.
up to it, but my God.
But
the
you-
pros are used to doing that. That's what they
Yeah.
do for a living, right?
Right, but still, you see them moving and moving, and it's like even after that 2.5-minute dance, it's like they've run a marathon or something. They're out of breath and just drenched in sweat.
And they all seem to get injuries, or their feet are all torn up, and then they have to keep going and going. I feel for them.
I'm like, it is just for fun, right? Can we just like call it a night?
Nobody looks like they're having fun until
Yeah.
they get in for the performance, and then
Right.
the smile comes out. But when they're in those practice halls, it's grueling work. You
Yeah.
know, you can just see it. Yeah.
All right, well, two of Hollywood's hottest talents are coming together.
That's right.
That is
Jennifer Lawrence and the comedic genius of Amy Schumer.
Oh, this ought to
What
be
an odd
good.
couple here, but you know, according to the powers that be, they say that the two are going to be playing sisters in a new comedy that they're writing together.
Really? I didn't know Jennifer Lawrence
It's
was
a
a writer.
screenplay.
Yeah.
So,
That's
you know,
odd.
she says, Jennifer Lawrence says that they were just creatively a perfect match.
Okay.
And when they got together, the scripts just started flowing. It was just like,
Wonder what that's like.
I know. I know.
Wow,
So I
good
think a
for
lot of
them.
people will be interested to see what they come up with.
I'm anxious to see this side of Jennifer Lawrence because I just see her as Katniss in the Hunger Games and the movie that she got the Oscar for, Playlist, Silver
Yes.
Linings Playlist.
Yeah. Oh,
Or
she
Playbook,
was
something like
great
that.
in
Yeah.
Yeah, she was great in that.
So it'll be nice to see her team up with Amy Schumer, get a funny side out of her. Yeah,
I think so
different.
too. She definitely has a sense of humor. You could tell.
Right. And she's so young, so this will be nice to see this in her career, seeing her change it up a bit
Yeah.
and do something different.
And, you know, everybody was like talking when the two were spotted jet skiing together, and that picture went everywhere.
Right.
And they were like, are these two the new best friends
Yeah,
or
the new
what?
besties.
And then Jennifer Lawrence let it come out in some interview recently that, oh, by the way, we're working on a screenplay together. So, you know, that's what they're doing together, but they also seem to be besties.
Okay. Go for it.
All right, let's talk about money now in Hollywood. The two go together, right? So actor Jim Parsons, he is leading the pack as the highest paid actor on TV. So he's,
Wow.
of course, on The Big Bang Theory. The leading man reportedly earns $29 million, and he earned that between June 1st of 2014 and June 1st of 2015.
Wow.
He was 9th on that list last year. Not doing badly at 9,
Must
right?
be nice, yeah. But he's always picking up the Emmys for that show, and it's a funny show. I like it. It makes me laugh. So good for him. There
Apparently it makes a lot of people laugh.
Yeah.
They love it, too.
Hey, if you can do it.
Yeah.
Wasn't Charlie Sheen, before all of that fiasco happened, he was raking in some big dollars for that, for 2.5 Men.
Oh, yeah.
So good for him. All right, well, a new contract earning Parsons a reported $1 million per episode.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And more than 1% of the show's profits is said to have helped boost him to the top of the Forbes list. And of course, Parsons' Big Bang co-stars dominate the list as well. Johnny Galecki stands in second place with $27 million, while Simon Helberg and Kunal Nayyar, is that how you say it? Nayyar?
Something like that.
I think that's it. Earned $20 million each. Wow. Not a bad day at the office.
So you know what? I heard of most of the people in the top 10 were all stars in sitcoms.
Yeah.
So you have to be an actor and you got to be in a comedy, and you are raking in the dough.
But think
right?
about the residuals and the replays on other stations. So yeah, I mean, you know
Yeah.
they're going to make money off of that. So it's kind
There
of
you
like you
go.
want to get your money up front and. Yeah.
All right. Well, I am being told we have some breaking news to go to right now. So D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser is preparing to unveil a new strategy for reducing crime in the district. She's talking now. Let's listen in.
In a career in public services, you've heard me call it the DPW and DGS Academy. In our first 100 days, we started the LEAP Academy to give people a chance for a good paying job. We created, as I promised, the Deputy Mayor for Greater Opportunity. The Deputy Mayor's job is to grow and spread the prosperity of our city to all 8 wards of the District of Columbia. And today, we will discuss how we can make our neighborhoods safer and stronger. We gather here at the old Malcolm X School in Ward 8, an area that has experienced nearly twice as many homicides this year than last. Some critics have said that today's event will be about arresting black men. And I'm here to tell you that's not why we're here. We're not here to talk about arresting black men, but how we can save their lives. I am joined by members of our community. I'm joined by the Metropolitan Police Cadets. Let's give them a round of applause. Each of these people has committed in one way or the other to making life better in their communities in the District of Columbia as a whole. I was here in Congress Park just last week after a minor conflict between children tragically led to an illegal gun being used to kill a mother and injure her child. I said then, and I'll repeat today, that it was one of the saddest days of my life. As I met with residents, I not only asked them what I could do to make the neighborhood safer, they asked me what we could do together. They wanted a way out. They wanted a fresh start, even if it meant leaving their homes. I'm so pleased, and I know I speak for the members of the council in saying that this government wants to make sure that not only the residents of Congress Park, but every district resident has a safer and stronger neighborhood. I want to acknowledge the presence of the chairman of the council, Phil Mendelson, the Ward 4 council member, Brandon Todd, the Ward 7 council member, Yvette Alexander, at-large council member, Vincent Orange, who have joined council member LaRuby May in making sure that Ward 8 in Congress Park has everything that they need. I want to tell the people of Congress Park, I heard you, I stand with you, and we stand with every neighborhood and every family who has suffered because of violent crime. This year, the district has experienced 103 losses due to murder. We have experienced the same spike in homicide that is happening in many cities across our country. But that shared experience doesn't and shouldn't ease our pain. We refuse to let the district succumb to this national trend. Every life is precious. Every loss is intolerable. And we will not sit by while these tragedies happen in our neighborhoods. I know that people want answers. Why is this happening? Why now? Who's responsible? What's responsible? I want to assure you that my administration operates with this principle. We will be open, and we will be transparent, and we will tell the truth. And here is the truth. There is no easy answer. Many have died because of conflicts between family members, neighbors, friends even, fights over senseless things, bruised egos, perceived slights that led to tragedy because of an illegal gun. We've seen fatal flare-ups between decades-old rivalries between neighborhoods, where a single street fight can quickly escalate to back and forth gun battles. There has been an uptick in the use of synthetic drugs, not synthetic marijuana, but synthetic drugs that inhibits judgment and can lead to violence in people. We also know that there are a small number of repeat violent offenders who get out of jail and within a short period of time commit their next violent crime or become victims of violent crime themselves. We face complex challenges, which is why I stand here not to give you half-truths or oversimplified answers. Despite what some may have you believe, there is no single reason or a single solution. Never has been and never will be. Paying lip service to these issues is not leadership. So my administration has taken a multifaceted approach to make the District of Columbia safer. With the leadership of Chief Lanier, the bravery of our police officers, the support of the Council of the District of Columbia, the assistance of our federal partners, like another son of Washington, U.S. Attorney Vincent Cohen, and the help of this community and others, we have responded swiftly and forcefully. And let me be clear, after 25 years of policing these streets, deploying officers and strategies, building a force of highly qualified officers and police leaders, in the good times and the tough times too, I have every confidence that the Chief of Police, Kathy Lanier, will lead us through this spike in crime too. Thank you, Chief. So let me tell you what we've done. We put more officers on the streets, especially in communities that have been hardest hit by crime. By using overtime, we have 182 more officers on the streets in the city's most vulnerable areas. Additionally, we have 235 officers working 12-hour shifts who focus on narcotics. I'm happy to talk to everybody, but right now we're going to talk about our plan. That's what we're going to talk about right now. So Additionally, we have 235 officers working 12-hour shifts who focus on narcotics, gangs, and illegal guns. Since mid-June, we have deployed and devoted more than $1 million to police and overtime. Now, I'm going to talk about our plan, and I'm also going to talk about what we can do with the community. Who's with me? Who's with me? Who's with me? Who's with me? Who's with me?
Oh, it looks like there's quite a lot of interference there as D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser is trying to address the spike in crime in D.C. She talked about a multi-pronged approach there where she talked about the city's already addressing it with putting more officers out on the street and having more narcotics and specifically gang officers on 12-hour shifts and getting a little bit of a pushback there from some in the crowd, but others were supporting her.
So we'll see what happens. It's not an easy time to be in D.C., unfortunately.
It isn't, yeah. And she talked about how it's a spike that many other cities are seeing as well. So,
all right.
Yeah. All right, we are coming back in just a minute. We have lots more Let's Talk Live right after this. All right, are you an overprotective parent? Maybe with an excessive interest in the life of your child? Do some soul searching. Well, then you might be guilty of being a helicopter parent.
Oh, yeah. The co-founder of the Mother Company and parenting expert, Abby Schiller, joins us now to tell us why this could have a negative impact on your child's life. And yours, I would imagine, as a mom, right?
I'm a mom and the CEO and founder of the Mother Company. And I started it because I needed help, too. I needed resources as a parent to raise a good person. That's the whole point.
Where did this term, you know, helicopter parenting, who
actually
coined that?
It actually came back as early as the 1968 in a study that was published when authors started noticing that parents were becoming more protective and hedging their way closer and closer to their children. And now it's really gained momentum because it's hard not to be. First of all, it's hard to be a parent.
Right.
And then it's hard not to want to step in and make your child's life easier.
Right.
But in fact, that's actually what you should not be doing. You should let them feel the bumps and bruises.
Yeah, but you know, my mom, even now, when I get ready to walk across the street, first thing she does is grab my hand.
It's an instinct. It's an instinct.
Still.
No.
Still. She's watching right now. It's true.
There are, certain characteristics of helicopter parents, and we are all on some kind of a spectrum, whether it's safety issues or whether it's helping them with their homework or doing something for them that they could be doing for themselves. And this is of all ages. I mean, we've heard the phantom nightmare stories of the helicopter parents who call the professor at college and complain about their child's grade. Although not many of us know those parents. I think it's somewhat like the Loch Ness Monster. But even for young children at age 3, you can let them take care of themselves, give them little responsibilities, and start fostering their independence. We say at the Mother Co, guide and step aside.
Wow. Well, you mentioned 1968, and really, I mean, I think our society has gotten more dangerous, and I think some parents are just really overprotective because they're worried about their child's safety. I mean, my mother used to say, go out and play. She didn't really know which yard we were going to be in, but, you were out in the neighborhood somewhere playing. Parents
Which is
don't
what kids
do that
need
anymore.
to do, and you can't. Parents feel like you can't do that anymore for a variety of reasons. We're anxious. Our generation, thanks in part to cell phones and how we share information and how quickly there's a whole vigilante movement that parents feel very nervous about, where we're reading about parents who do let their kids go to the park, and then our child protective services are called on them for letting their children be unsupervised. And so we don't quite know where the line is. In fact, just to correct you, it's not more dangerous than it was when you might have been a child. It's safer now, statistically, but the perception is scarier. And so we are a generation of very worried parents.
See, I would think that would be just the opposite, because when you were growing up, my mom knew your mom and knew this person's mom, so you were allowed to just go out and play. But I also knew that if your mom called my mom and said Julie was misbehaving, whew, you wouldn't be seeing me for a while.
And those villages don't fully exist anymore. They're more, as I mentioned, vigilantism. So you'll take a picture of some kid being alone, or you'll call the police because you're worried about somebody unsupervised, and it's frightening for parents too, because we don't know where that line is. We can't, is it okay? And also there's a social pressure. Is it okay for your child to do their homework alone, and for you to know that they're doing it wrong and let them feel the consequences of that when every other parent is involved and hands-on and really making it happen?
And getting better grades as a result, right?
And so and it's hard to let your child be at what we consider a disadvantage. But ironically, being a helicopter parent provides the results that we're trying to avoid. So,
So what do you do if you find yourself becoming a helicopter parent, or somebody says you're hovering, back off?
Well, first of all, it's self-awareness. You need to be aware enough to know that your child is capable of doing this. Let them. But then you also need to be comfortable with your own ego enough to know that if your child fails, it's good for them. We say at the Mother Co that you want children to feel frustrated every day, because overcoming that frustration builds a resilient child. And a resilient child is a capable child who can handle life's setbacks.
So are there negatives for the children who are hovered over by the mom or dad?
Absolutely.
And what about for the mom or dad themselves? Are there negatives there
for
too?
both of them. And again, we're all on some kind of a spectrum. So the negatives are for, really extensive, extreme cases. But you do see, there are studies that show that children who are hovered over feel less capable. They are more dependent. They often exhibit signs of anxiety. They are poor decision makers because everything is done for them. And for the parent, you can pretty much, for the downside of being a helicopter parent is that you can't let go, and the process of raising a child to become an independent person isn't happening.
And maybe you're neglecting your spouse as a result of
All sorts
overindulging your child.
You can also set yourself up for real trouble when your child leaves home, empty nest syndrome, because you've put so much into your own identity as the parent of that child that there's nothing left. So to get over it, to answer your question, is you need to back up, you need to let them do what they can do, you need to let them fail and feel the consequences of that.
And there's help available. You got more tips on your website.
TheMotherCo.com. And we also have a series of
books.
children's books to help children learn what to do on their own and to gain that confidence.
Abby Schiller, parenting expert. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All All right, well, we're sharing, well, we're sticking around, rather. We already shared. We're sticking around.
We will continue to share.
That's right, because we have more money-saving tips coming your way. You don't want to miss out on that. Look at a little piggy bank. Already got a dollar bill in him. Stick with us. Let's Talk Live continues after the break.
How would you like? Yes.
All right. So we'll put them in the middle and you go in the end. Come on in.
Okay. You want me to go on this end? Sure.
How's your summer going?
Good.
What size?
Your hair is short, so I'm
They
going to
actually go to
slide.
Financial literacy is something that we all need to work on, so it is never too early to start teaching your children all about money and saving skills. Encouraging kids to save money, to give generously, and also to spend wisely. That can be a bit of a challenge, but Laura Harders is here today. She's the founder of BeltwayBargainMom.com, and she is here to share some of her fun crafts and ideas to help raise money-smart children, and she's brought a couple of her own children in today. We've got Ben over here. Hello, Ben. Ben is 9, right? And this is Abby over here. And Abby, you're how old?
I'm 4.
4. Abby's 4. Are you guys good at saving?
Yes.
You're learning about it? Yeah? So, Lori, why, Laura, is it so important that we teach our kids some good money saving and spending habits?
Well, really, like you said, it's never too early to start instilling good financial practices and habits with your kids. So I know this is something we are learning as we go for my husband and I. And that's why we kind of came up with a few fun crafts that can help encourage kids and teach them more about money.
Okay, well, kids love doing crafts, right?
Right.
Have you all been participating in this already? You know what your mom's going to do today?
Yes.
You do? Okay, well, show us your first craft, and what's it for?
Sure. So the first craft, talking about recognizing attributes of U.S. coins and money. So what we like to do is we actually took some of these, the lids from the foil container, to-go containers,
yeah.
but you could use a paper plate, really anything. And you take the plate, and I was going to actually have Abby help do this. You can
Okay.
use the shiny side, but you probably want to use something that's going to actually stick on it. Markers don't always work well, so Abby, would you mind drawing something on the back that just kind of is symbolic of Virginia or what you like about where we live?
Because
You wanna
that's what's
draw
on,
something?
on the back of the coins,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah,
Well,
like
and-
the quarters, right?
Right. So we have the state and U.S. territory quarters, and we also have the America the Beautiful quarters. And those are just really great, talking about how we've had some new designs with U.S. quarters and how those really are very significant for our state and even have national parks and other great sites. So I kind of thought my kids would want to feature places like Cox Farms or our local parks, but finding ways that they can come up and design their own coin is something fun.
That's a great idea. And what can kids learn from this kind of craft?
Well, it could definitely give them an idea of the different parts of a coin. So what is on here? We have obviously George Washington, we have United States of America, we have our country, the different parts of this, In God We Trust, and the $quarter. So
you replicated the quarter on
right.
the front there with
Well,
the magic marker?
Tried
Yeah,
to.
it looks
yes.
pretty good.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
and then having them design on the back something that's symbolic of their state.
And Abby, what are you drawing over here?
George Washington.
George
Oh,
Washington.
very nice. Could you hold that up
Yeah,
there
let's
for
take a look at
everybody
that.
to look, Abby?
You're doing a great job
I
with
like
that.
you have the ponytail too. That's very
Oh,
nice.
very nice. Okay, let's
Yeah.
hold it up just a little bit higher there. Okay, can everybody see? George Washington, obviously. I like the ponytail there. It works really good for me.
And what's great about this craft is it's not very messy. But our next craft is a little bit more messy.
Okay,
So,
getting over
yeah.
the mess. Okay, so what is, let's move over to our next craft. We got a couple to get through here.
Sure. So our next craft is, I wanted to show, these are actually imprints. They're colorful imprints of coins. So what I did, and I'm going to have Ben help me with this project. If you would take a quarter and start drawing on it. So this is a fun craft. You actually want kids to take a marker, and you can go ahead and use green. And you know, if you want, you can borrow red from your sister in a minute.
Everybody wants the red.
Right. It's, you know, strong, bold color. But
we need to bring 2 reds next time.
so what you do is you just have your child simply draw a marker all over the face of a coin, just one side, and you're going to take just your regular Elmer's school glue. And once your child has finished kind of coloring it, it can kind of come off a little bit, gets on the fingers a little bit. That's why it can be a little messy.
And then you put
That
the glue
looks
on.
great, Ben. And then you actually add some glue. Good job, Ben. You want to go ahead and add some glue to that? Now the key is you add just enough to cover the face of it, and then you're going to let it harden overnight. So once you do that, you're going to then have
Sort of
an imprint of one side and a very colorful coin. So it's kind of a neat craft. So
That is great.
there Ben is putting it on. I didn't bring any toothpicks, but if you do that, you can also add toothpicks. And from that point, then you just let it harden.
And the toothpick helps you remove it, or what?
The toothpick can help you remove it, but also mixes up the color.
Oh, okay,
So then
great.
this is one that I have that's actually ready to peel off. So that's all we have right there.
And what's the point of this craft?
So this is kind of a fun way to have some play money. It's not for kids who still are
play
putting
money.
items in their mouth, but it's just kind of a cool craft to do that can help them see and have little
And boy,
imprints.
you need play money for lots of different games and toys and things, right?
Sure,
So
yeah,
just
for
use
playing
play money.
shop. Yep.
Well, I wish we had more time to get through the other crafts, but we are out of time. But
No
we enjoyed your lesson on financial literacy for children.
Yes.
Always a
Thank
good
you
time
for
to
having
start
us.
when they're young. Ben and Abby, thanks for helping us today. Did a great job. And we'll have more Let's Talk Live after a quick break. Stick around.
Since 1935, FedChoice Federal Credit Union has served federal civilian employees, their families, and household members. The credit union helps navigate the ups and downs of government paychecks and benefits. And as a local full-service financial provider, FedChoice offers a wide variety of banking services, including auto, home, student, and personal loans, as well as awesome financial guidance specifically geared towards the federal community. Here with more is their president and CEO, David Bunch, and joining him is financial service advisor Chastity Ball. So welcome to you both.
Thank you, Julie. Appreciate it.
We got a lot to get through, but you know what they say, you never know where you're heading until you know where you've come from.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the
Very true.
history here with the FedChoice.
Well, like you mentioned earlier, we did start in 1935 with just 11 federal employees.
Wow.
What was then considered IR Federal, and it has evolved now, still 80 years strong, as FedChoice Federal Credit Union. We do service the federal community, their families, and retirees.
So if you had to guess, though, you started off with 11. If you had to guess,
Yes.
how many you have today? Members.
We have over 24,000 members, so
Woo!
we are still growing as of now.
All over the country.
That's awesome. That's good work right there. So, and you have some things here. It's talking about the history of
Yes,
how FedChoice started.
here in my hand, I have one of our original charter. From where we were charter number 150 out of 20,000 charters in the federal community.
Wow. And it's held up pretty well.
It has.
How do you preserve that?
Very carefully in a
Very
vault.
carefully, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. All right, so tell me, David, what makes FedChoice unique and, of course, way better compared to other banks and other credit unions?
Well, we really pride ourselves on intimately knowing the federal community. We have such things as what we call the Fed Center, which is on our homepage. And you can go to there as a federal employee or a family member that's affected by federal government issues and hyperlink to a wide variety of websites that really are good to know if it's something related to budgets and pay raises or, God forbid, furloughs. This is a good place to go to, is fedchoice.org, to find that information. We also have a special ops team, which is a really cool concept at the credit union, where if there's a particular issue going on anywhere in the country, we try to reach out to our members. And you know, there's those wildfires going on out west now.
Of course.
We're reaching out to our members there to make sure they're okay. And in the past, if there's been earthquakes or tornadoes or hurricanes, we're really out there to make sure that the members are fine, and if they need us, that we're there for them. And the members love the fact that we reach out to them, even if it's across the country, to check in on them.
Well, customer service speaks a lot.
It is, and that's really what we're all about.
Yes.
You know, focusing on that community, going the extra mile, being compassionate. That's what it's all about.
Well, Chastity, talking about your members and what you do for them, how does one become a member?
You actually are part of the federal community, and on our website, as David mentioned, under the home page, it goes through and it shows you the different federal government entities that we actually charter within our membership.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay, so everything's on the website. Really
It
easy to
is.
get to?
It is. And you know, to answer the question as far as how do you join, you can either call us, come into one of our branches, you can come online, all of that nature. But the convenience that we offer is really amazing. As far as convenience, we've got 6 branches, including 5 here in the D.C. area.
Wow.
5,000 shared branches across the country that you can go to and walk in and do your banking with FedChoice online, mobile, phone,
The
chat,
yes,
email.
ATMs.
ATMs, we have 3
no
times as
charge.
many ATMs as Bank of America, surcharge free. You can go to a CVS,
That's awesome.
CVS, 7-Elevens,
Right.
Targets,
Target.
Costco,
that's
and they're all
just
free to our
a few
members.
of the benefits that are offered by FedChoice,
Big
correct?
time, yeah.
Okay. Well, where can we get more information?
FedChoice.org.
FedChoice.org. All right, Chastity, David, thank you guys so much for coming in today. We appreciate it.
Thank
Doing
you.
some good work there.
We appreciate it. Take care.
All right, again, for more information on FedChoice's many services, such as auto, home, or student loans, go to fedchoice.org. Stick with us. We're going to have more with Let's Talk Live coming up after the break.
Loudoun County is bringing the best of Virginia wine and culinary scene to historic Morven Park for the 3rd annual Epicureans Virginia Festival. Now, during this day-long event, it happens on September 5th, visitors can savor the finest Virginia wines and beers and spirits, and of course the cuisine too. And attendees also have a chance to try their hands at winemaking, so that's a big draw. And here with the preview, we've got the owner of Bluemont Vineyards, Bob Rupe, with us. Hey, Bob, good to see you.
Thanks
and
for
welcome.
having us today, Melanie.
This sounds like a really fun event.
It is. It's proven to be a very popular part of the experience at Epicureans Virginia, and we enjoy blending wines and we enjoy talking to our guests about how we do it, and this is a fantastic opportunity for them to get their hands on it. So at Epicureans you don't just get the food and wine, but you get sort of this other dimension, and this is one of the things.
So nice. Now you are with the Bluemont Vineyard. Where exactly are you located?
We are west of Leesburg, Virginia, about 15 miles, sitting up on the Blue Ridge Mountain at about 951 feet, looking east across the Loudoun Valley.
Gorgeous scenery, I bet.
We invite you to come and visit us anytime.
And what do you make?
We have a pretty wide variety of grapes planted there. So we make Merlot, Viognier, a grape called Norton, which is native to Virginia, which we love, and so do our clients.
Was this a good year?
This is shaping up to be a good year. The weather's looking good. Is there some wood to knock on? But yeah, I think it's been good.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's get to the wine blending. This is the kind of thing that people will get the hands-on experience at the festival.
Winemakers take months to blend their wine. We get in tune with what's in our cellar, what we want to bring together. You know, when we're blending wines, we're looking to make an interesting wine with some complexity. A lot of wines stand on their own, but when you put them all together, you can really get some interesting things. So that's what we do in wine blending, and we take a lot of time to do it. At Epicureans Virginia, we're going to do this thing we call speed blending.
Oh.
And you and I are going to do some speed blending.
Okay.
Is kind of what
so
we're
how
going to do.
speedy is this?
Well, what you
couple
do
of
is,
minutes or couple hours?
At Epicureans, you have about 30 minutes to
put it all
taste
together.
the wines. You're teamed up with a winemaker, so we'll have 12 Loudoun County winemakers, some of the best winemakers in Virginia.
So you don't have to go it alone. You have coaches
you
with
have
you.
some help.
I like
you have
that.
some help. So
do you have something that's sort of drier and then something sort of sweeter and sort of and then you blend
there's
from the
all
extremes?
these different components, like something with maybe some acidity. You're looking for aromas. You're looking for maybe some sweetness or some tannin structure, and the winemaker will walk you through all that, and you'll taste these wines. And another fun thing about it is this is the first time the winemaker's actually tasting the wines too.
So these are brand new.
Yeah, it's a competition, and the winemakers want the bragging rights. And
all right, so let's get started.
Okay, so you and I are going to go head to head on a blending. Okay.
Well, you brought 3 bottles,
We
right?
brought 3 bottles.
What do we have here?
We have the Epicureans blend. This is a special collaborative blend that 4 Loudoun County wineries worked on together. This is from Breaux Vineyard, Sunset Hills, and Tarara, blended by Bluemont Vineyard.
Okay, so that one's already blended.
And this will be for sale at Epicureans Virginia.
So if you like that, you can buy it?
You can, yeah. And so we'll be sampling this all around at the VIP tent and as well as other places around there. And then here we have a 2013 951. That's our estate Merlot right here. And this is our Petit Verdot from 2012.
Wow.
So they all have a little something to bring to the table. What I did, I started a blend. So this is like a half-finished blend.
Now, did you put one of each in these?
I did.
What are these, pipette test tubes?
These are called graduated cylinders.
Okay. Graduated cylinders,
this is what,
of course.
Yeah, right.
I remember from chemistry
This is what winemakers use. We get technical. We try to measure these things very precisely as we're building our blends.
So we've got 15 millimeters of CCs.
That's right. We've got about 15 mil of another component that we're going to add to these wines. Okay, so you're going to pick one, and I'm going to pick one, and the result is going to be 2 completely different wines. Okay, and then we're going to taste them, and then maybe we'll have your producer, pick the winner.
Well, let's get to it. We're running out of time here.
All right, so go ahead and pick any one of these.
So do I smell or?
Well. The part when we do it in real life, you'll smell these and you'll taste them and you'll get a sense for what they are.
So I can just go eeny, meeny, miny,
yeah,
so
on this particular one, yeah, and I'll take the one closest
and what do we
to me.
do?
Put it in that glass.
Which right here?
Yep.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. Just put it in there. So you and I have just speedily created a blend.
Creating a blend.
I'm going to mix it up to make sure that it's integrated in 3 seconds.
All right.
Okay, we'll do yours. And then we're going to taste and enjoy, see if we like it. But, you know, the real process is you spend some time thinking about it, and it might take you a couple iterations. And
swirl it.
Swirl it, smell it.
Smell it.
So
It smells
catch
good.
some really nice aromas from this
It does.
one. Okay, so.
Ready?
I think mine's the winner.
Really?
Maybe yours is. I don't know.
Okay.
But
I liked mine.
well, see,
very good.
so that's why we have a judging panel at the end. All the contestants will
How fun is that?
We'll put this together.
That is
we'll
great.
have at the end of it we'll have 12 wines that will be judged, and we'll announce the winner.
See if you've
it'll be
blended up
wine.
a really winning wine. Okay, we should
Right.
mention that Bravo's Top Chef contestant, Chef Brian Bottaggio, is the headliner this year.
Yeah.
He'll be up on stage. Do you know when he's going to be there?
I do not, but if you check out epicvirginia.com, it has the schedule listed on all the things that are going on.
Bob Rupi from Bluemont Vineyards. And be sure to check out the Epicureans Festival. There's all the information on your screen, September 5th at Morven Park. Thanks for coming in today. That was fun.
Thank you.
And we'll have more Let's Talk Live right after a quick break. Stick around.
Hey, the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation Incorporated is hosting its 45th annual legislative conference next month. The ALC is one of the largest public policy conferences focused on issues and disparities impacting African Americans. Here with more is Krista Higgins from the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. We want to say good afternoon, or still almost afternoon. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
We're just going to kind of jump in here. So we want to know if you can explain the issues that the CBCF for short will focus on this year.
There are a wide range of issues. As you know, and as you stated, this is the 45th annual legislative conference. Every year for 4 days, we convene nearly 9,000 attendees to come together in Washington, D.C. to talk about several issues. They range from everything from tech, STEM, economic development, health, economic disparities, and environmental sustainability.
How does 9,000 people, how do you get your voice heard within that system? That's a lot of people.
Well, I'm going to tell you, over the 4 days, we have, well, I guess it's just over 103 issue forums, brain trusts, and sessions happening. The great thing about ALC is it really is an opportunity. It really is the best opportunity, I would say, for people in the country, and particularly in this area, the everyday American, to come to the convention center and meet with elected officials, whether they're federally, state, or locally elected officials, and have which is nearly a one-on-one conversation about issues. And they're always conversations that are focused on solutions and putting attendees in touch with the resources that are available to them.
Oh, that's my next question, because how do you put together a conference of this size, and there's specific things that need to be discussed, and you know, the level of importance? How do you prioritize all of this?
Well, it's not easy.
Right.
And one person can't do it, two people can't do it, but we have a really wonderful team. We have a dedicated and talented staff at the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. We also have several industry partners and sponsors that we work with.
Okay.
We have session producers and other stakeholders that come together and help us put this on.
So it takes a village.
It does take a village. It does take a village.
Okay, now how does one register to be a part of this caucus?
Well, the best way to register is online. So if you go to www.cbcfinc.org/ALC. So I hope we're able to show that on the screen.
Yeah.
But I'll say it again. It's www.cbcfinc.org/ALC.
Got it. Okay, and then this year, what's new with the caucus?
What's new? We've got a lot of new things. We do have an exhibit hall that is, we've really ramped up what we're doing there. We have a lot of attractors there. We've actually moved some policy sessions on that show floor. In addition to that, we've got several cooking demonstrations, and we have a focus on career development. So especially for the young folks or people who are re-entering into the workforce, there's an opportunity to have someone look at their resumes, critique it, and really coach them on their professional development.
Which we all need.
We do need that.
You know, it's
we do
nice
need that.
because the next generation is what's going to carry us forward.
Absolutely.
So it's very nice to see that we're able to get together and do that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
And who do you find signs up for the caucus?
All kinds of people. We have several notables that are confirmed for the conference, and some that we're waiting on pending confirmation. But as I said, I would say one of the most notable groups that come are members of the Congressional Black Caucus. And in addition to that, there are several members of Congress that come. We have people from the administration. We have several cabinet secretaries that are coming, and several thought leaders as well, and the average everyday American who we want to come, whether they can come for 1 day, 4 days. There is something for everyone at ALC.
All right, Krista Higgins, thank you so much for joining us today. Be sure to follow the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation on Twitter for more updates. And stay with us. Let's Talk Live continues right after this. Well, what a great show we had today. A lot of fun.
We sure had fun, and we've got another awesome show for you tomorrow, too. So tomorrow we're talking about finding the right complexion, skin tone for our hues. So it's going to be a matchy-matchy kind of thing.
Awesome. We all need that.
Yeah.
See you then.